What's up, world? How's everybody doing today? I hope y'all all feeling good, feeling blessed, feeling happy. Hope everything's going right in your life. We're going to do a quick little Mandela video today. If you can't tell, guess what? It's on the Lion and the Lamb. Yep. This is one this is one of the first that really got to me. And I don't know, maybe about a year ago. This was one of the first top five, I guess, that I really stumbled onto that hit me and hit me hard. Most of them really didn't bother me. I mean, I got to admit, when the Mandela, effect first got me, or as those of us who have been in it for a while, the ME, you got to make it sound real cool, the MEs and things like that. Because let's face it, I mean, Mandela dying is one of the, it gets us, but not everybody remembers that one. This is one that really kind of shook me, and it shook me for reasons that one being the meaning behind this, the lion and the lamb. Now, if you read right here, zoom in a little bit here. Hopefully, y'all can see this. Um, Even though we have a picture of the lion and the lamb here, well, what's it say, folks? You can read for yourself. And right here at the very bottom there, it says, "Justice shall, and the wolf shall dwell with the lamb," even though we got a lion laying with the lamb. Now, why in the world do we have a lion laying with the lamb when it says the wolf shall dwell with the lamb? So, for most people, not only do they remember this picture and they remember it being stated differently, um, they remember a whole other ball game of things as far as the way this went. It wasn't just the wolf and the lamb part. It was actually pretty much this whole verse was different to them. So, as you can see here, Group A, the wolf shall dwell with the lamb, and the leopard shall lie down with the kid, and the calf and the young lion. All right, so you get the point. It kind of goes on along a little bit of a description here. Now you go over to Group B, you're going to see something a little different. Now you're going to see the lion shall lie down with the lamb, and the bear shall eat grass like the ox, and the child shall play on the hole. All right. So notice the difference here. It's a lot shorter and to the point here. It's not just the picture that gets me. It's the whole verse seems to be different. We're going to go back and look at some pictures real quick of the lion and the lamb, and then we're going to compare those to the wolf and the lamb. In my opinion, it's almost like residuals left over by Google, because if it's always been the wolf, then why in the hell aren't there that many damn pictures of the wolf and the lamb? And when you do find these pictures, you'll see what I'm saying. Now, you can find thousands of pictures of the lion and the lamb, and they look all peaceful and wholesome and happy. Let's have a look at some of those. All right, y'all. So see what I'm saying here? Look at all these. Look at how sweet that is. Look at how peaceful that is. Ain't that nice? Don't you think of wholesome? Look at the one on the left there. Oh, snuggle face to face. That's some good stuff. A damn dirty wolf done snuck in there. And with his little evil lambs too. I don't know what's up with their eyes. But I mean, you see all these and you think protector. You think years and years of the verse that you remember. In Sunday school, when you went in church, t-shirts, posters, you name it. This is what you thought of. This is what you always saw. I don't know, at least in my mind, this is what I always remembered right here. It's always the line. I mean, look, Jesus. And then look at that rainbows and clouds and lion and lambs. Come on. That's some sweet stuff right there. I mean, it just keeps going and going. You don't see anything nefarious or evil here. It all looks good. It all looks happy. Oh, we got a debunked Mandela effect one. Let's just skip on past that. You know, I don't know. You can say debunked all you want, but I know what I remember, and I'm pretty sure that you out there know what you remembered also. I mean, this just keeps going. Look at this one. And then one thing I noticed though in it, You got the lion there as the protector, the lamb, the child, basically told us the story. That darn evil looking wolf in the back, always looking like he's stalking something. In my opinion, it just, you know, you go back on this story and you go back, and think about this story. You know, Jesus represented as the lion of Judah. You're talking about this whole story depicting a time of peace, the lion bringing the kingdom of peace, no more war, no more fighting. All the animals are getting along, grazing together. There's just no more evil left on the earth. So, what happens when you change that to the wolf? Good gracious, what is up with the fellow with the orange hair and the naked lamb lady? How'd that make it on here? That's messed up, y'all. That is so messed up. Anywho, let's forget we saw that. We're supposed to be in a holy happy moment here, not some creepy ass red haired dude with his naked lamb. But I mean, it's just all, like I said, it's all wholesome and good here. This is what you think of when you think Lion and the Lamb. This is what we all remember for years and years and years. You wouldn't have people tattoos. You wouldn't have all these shirts, all these sayings with it on there. Oh, little tramp stamp with a lion and a lamb. That's different. But I think y'all get my point on this. Why would we have this many pictures depicting the imagery here? Just to me, it's like the residual past left over here in art and other things. You know, So let's try something different. We're going to look up the wolf and the lamb and let's see what kind of pictures we get because if supposedly it's always been the wolf and the lamb in the Bible, then shouldn't we find some pictures depicting that sweet wholesomeness wolf and lamb in the Bible kind of deal? All right, so check all these out. I mean, just starting right off the bat. Let's just go to this one. Um, the lamb looks terrified and the wolf looks like he's about to have lunch. That doesn't scream sweet protector, them laying down together. Or in this case, like I pointed out earlier, it used to say the lion and the lamb shall lay together. That sounds peaceful. Now it says the wolf and the lamb shall dwell together. When I think of that, I don't know why, but I think dwelling, I think underneath, I think nefarious thoughts. It just, for some reason, it doesn't sound as good as that laying together. That whole dwell, when we dwell on something, we tend to think negative of it. Dwellings of stress, dwelling of, just bad things in our life. We dwell on them. I mean, look at all these. Do you see any sweet protecting? You got one here on the right, but still, in my opinion, that wolf, I don't know. He looks a little drugged up, but I don't think sweet and protecting. Oh, we got one here, a little cartoon, the wolf and the lamb, but hell, that looks like Wile E. Coyote. That's not even a wolf, so I don't know what they're talking about there. But all of them, the lamb looks terrified of the wolf. I mean, look at these. Does this, do you think Bible? Do you think laying or dwelling? Yeah, that looks like they're dwelling together. They're stuck in this little cave, and the poor lamb is shaking, trying to buck out. And this wolf's like, ha ha, I got you. Lunchtime. The wolf was known as a deceiver, a wolf in sheep's clothing. We always thought negatively of it. Even the one that says the wolf and the lamb, he's got his tongue hanging out. He's looking kind of, mean at the lamb. It just doesn't look peaceful. I could go on and on with these. Or take it back. We got one here where they're laying together too. That doesn't look like a wolf. I mean, it looks like a damn Washington Husky. And we got a couple laying here together. I don't know, even that chick, she looks stressed. Looks like she found out something about that dude and she don't like it and she wants to tell him, but she's trying to get over it. I'm looking too far into it. There's Wile E. Coyote again. I mean, y'all see what I'm saying though? You're not going to see that many depictions of this looking like what you think it should. I keep saying if this had been around for so long, so many years of the wolf dwelling with the lamb, and that's supposed to be that peace, that moment of peace that comes upon the earth. Jesus has brought this time of tranquility, where flesh is no more and we're all happy with each other. It just doesn't seem right. It seems like, the lamb is being hunted. We know what the lamb represents also. So what? The wolf is trying to, you know what I'm saying? Y'all catching on here? Just doesn't seem good. Years and years of the Bible being around, you know, we wouldn't have these depictions of evilness. Oh, look at this. You know what that reminds me of? That reminds me of Homeboy at the CERN little get together where they did their presentation, where they all dressed up with that weird thing with big headed Hillarys running around and eyeballs and the all seeing eye. You know what I'm talking about? That devilish presentation that CERN did with Goat Boy leading the whole little scenario there. That's what that reminds me of. So let's take a look at a couple other things real quick. I got a video I want y'all to check out. It's some Christian rock group.
Our God is the Lion of Judah. He's roaring with power and fighting our battles, and every knee will bow before Him. Our God is the Lamb that was slain for the sins of the world. His blood breaks the chains, and every knee will bow before the Lion and the Lamb. Every knee will bow before Him. Yeah!
Pretty interesting what they're saying there. I think everybody could easily catch the drift of how that relates to what we're talking about. Not a bad sounding song. Pretty good. But definitely gets my point across. Here's a couple other things I want you to check out too.
I mean, also you got quotes by people like Woody Allen, who, look at this, and the lion will lie down with the lamb, but the lamb won't get much sleep. I guess what he's saying is the lion might, the lamb was a little nervous, to be understandable, but he's still relating those two laying down. He's not talking about a wolf. I mean, really, I think that poor lamb would get less sleep with the wolf. You got Sunday school stuff here. I mean, the lion and the lamb. It just goes together. It's peas and carrots. You can look up all kinds of things here. Lion and the lamb, lion and the lamb, lion and the lamb. It's all over. Tattoos. Why would everybody get these tattoos if that's not what it was? Now, switching to this. uh, this does not look peaceful once again. I keep trying to reiterate the fact of, it's one thing too. When you type into Google, you can type in lion and the lamb, and before you even finish, it knows what you want. You go to type into wolf and the lamb, it's lost. Like it's something new to Google. I mean, more examples. The lion has always been thought of as, like I say, the protector. I mean, you got plenty other Bible changes we could talk about, but this is just one that really affects me because of the proverb. Because if that were to be changed, if it's no longer this time of peace and tranquility on the earth, I mean, without the lion of Judah being there, representing Jesus, the wolf instead, to dwell. Now, are we going to dwell in you know, a time of sorrow? Is it going to be a time of evil on the earth instead? Instead of us all living together and not eating each other, or now we're just going to start eating each other? I don't know. I could be looking too far into it, but you know, there it is again, that example I'm talking about. It's just two totally different things that we remember. I mean, you got plenty of other changes though in the Bible. Trust your memories. Remember what you saw growing up, what you saw just recently, just a couple of years ago. Nobody remembers this wolf and the lamb. This is what it is in our minds and our hearts. Don't let that escape from you, folks. Hang on to those memories. Don't let them run. They're going to try to beat it into your head that you're wrong. There's too many of us out there that know what is right, what is wrong. I mean, here's just another example, real quick. You know, old bottles, the new bottles. There was no such thing as a bottle back then. It was wineskins. It was always wineskins. They put wine into the old bottles. Look, if you understand that verse, it was because the skins got old. You had to change it out. Bottles don't just disintegrate over time. Wine gets fine over age, like fine wine, that comes with age. The bottles don't just disintegrate, the skins did. Why is that different? Another one being, real quick, I mean, the Lord's Prayer. The differences in that. It's pretty obvious that the one that everybody has recited since they were little kids, you know, they don't go in the book to read this. They knew it by heart. This is something that was etched into their memories, their mind by heart. You can't just tell somebody that's changed now, that that's different. That's the way it's always been to them. When they go back and read it, they know it's changed. It's not just those changes. I mean, you got words added in: highway, aliens, couch, matrix, unicorn, planes. I mean, come on. This stuff wasn't around back then. Where is this coming from? Supposedly now, Moses wrote the Ten Commandments on a table, not the tablets. Now, I don't know if this is a translation mix up of tablets and table. Maybe table meant tablets. I don't know. But if the story is being that he etched this stuff like a little kid drawing on a picnic table in the park, something's messed up here. Because I always remember him carrying them tablets around. We're always told that there would be a great deception, and I feel like in my heart that this might possibly be that great deception that we've been told about. And what that leads into is not a good time on earth. And I'm worried that, possibly this is what we're seeing now, is that time of great deception. Like I say, this is one of the only Mandela effects that have really got to me. And there's tons of examples out there on the internet that you can find of what we remember about this one. And I encourage you all to do your own research. Don't just watch this video and assume for yourselves that, this is, that I'm right about everything. You can question me, and if you hear me say anything that's wrong, please comment and tell me that I'm wrong. I'd love to know. I'd like to be put at ease about a lot of these things. I just can't reiterate enough that, to see this depicted the way it is now with the wolf, like I said, it keeps making me think that hopefully, this is one that I hopefully am wrong about, but I know in my heart I'm not. I know my memories are correct. I know what I remember. And this is what I remember: the lion and the lamb, no wolf. And I just worry that if we are under this time of deception, or, you know, that somebody's behind the scenes playing around and playing God, CERN, or something else, time travel, you name it. I mean, there's no telling what the Mandela effect is. Most Mandela effects out there don't seem to affect us real personally. They're not going to be something that could change our lives so much. If you build it, he will come. If you build it, they will come. Yeah, that sucks because we all repeated that line 1,000 times. But this, to me, could have so much more meaning, in the world. I'm not the strongest, most religious person out there. I'm a believer. I'm not a Bible, pumper or thumper. But in my heart, yes, I do believe, and I know there's something out there bigger and better, and that's why I say this one out of all of them worries me a little more than any of the others, and I hope that everybody is paying attention to this one and looking at the details of what this could mean. Be ready, folks. There's no telling what's next. We keep finding new stuff every day with this. The Mandela effect is something. It's amazed me since I found it. It's consumed my life. Sometimes consumed a little too much. But all in all, I try to find the good in it. I try to find that, that little light, you know, and most of them, like I said, I can hang on to. They don't get me too much. This is the one. This is the one that just it worries me a little bit. It makes me think, ooh, that could be bad. So everybody out there, keep your eyes open. Comment if you have anything to say, please. I try to get back to you as soon as I can. I work a full-time job. Sometimes I can be a little late getting back on the comments, but I will get back to you. You know, y'all keep your eyes open, keep your hearts open, keep your minds open. Y'all stay incredible. Y'all stay blessed. See ya.
But without money, people like us ain't got no chance at all. But it ain't always gonna be that way, James. It says so right in the Bible. The day will come when the lion will lay down with the lamb. Yeah, but only the lion gonna get up. It says so right in the Bible. The day will come when the lion will lay down with the lamb. It says so right in the Bible. The day will come when the lion will lay down with the lamb. What do you